Hello, GSD432 class. Sorry about last week's video. I didn't realize the audio was not recording. Um, I do all my stuff on my Surface, and it's crazy when I dock it and undock it from the docking station, and it doesn't play nice when I do that kind of stuff. So I have to be careful with stuff. So obviously it messed up the audio settings. Um, while setting up for this week and fixing the audio, I realized there's all this hissing going on, and what's happening is the tablet is kind of warm and it's running the fans at full blast and it's affecting the mic. So that's why I have my gaming headset on to help alleviate that. And from my tests, they were perfectly a lot better than with all that hissing. Um, so as for last week's video, um, you didn't miss much. The video was pretty short. I just talked about the projects, getting the project done. We've been working on for the last, those last 3 weeks. We worked on that one project. This time we're going to go on to a new project. And I talked about, and that was about it. That was about it. So we're going to talk about this week now. So we finished up the last project last week. Hopefully, you're finishing it up now. And so for our next project, um, you know, we're ramping up the difficulty, and this is one of the more difficult projects because this project is all code based. And then next week's project is based off this one and your understanding of how this one works. Okay? So, get that programmer hat on and dig down deep with this project. Because next week's project and the week after, last 2 weeks of class, last two seminars, there's no video tutorials to help you along. So make sure you understand how this procedural cave generation works, because we're gonna update it. We're gonna make it different next week, and then in our final week you can pick which one you want to use this week or next week's project to finish off the class with. So, um, there's still videos to watch for you to watch that deals with procedural code generation. Like I said, it's like 99% code based, um, and you might be wondering, why are we doing a project like this, especially when we have a game engine that does everything for us almost. And that's because there are some game studios out there that they use Unity, but their scene has like one empty game object that has all these scripts on it, and all these scripts is what generates the whole world, generates the whole game. So they don't make a scene and then load scenes in and out. They they have just this one object in their scene. Um, and it's the way they do things, okay? So that's kind of why we're doing these projects. Um, as for discussion questions, we have the 4 like usual. You should know the drill by now. Design pattern. So last week you were supposed to look up the composite design pattern and figure out what it was all about. Hopefully you figured out by now that it's more or less a tree structure, and for our design pattern project, what I would like you to do is generate a dialog tree and then have an interaction with the user. And so um, you'll have